Florida. Talk to Kevin. Good morning, Kevin. How are you, sir?
Fine, Curt. I appreciate this. I was listening to Drew, and he's right. I wanted to go after academia, after the media, which has to be done here forthwith henceforth. And but the courts are locking it up. And when an enlisted person gets locked up, not only are they locked up, but they're dishonorably discharged. They have a black mark for having pictures of their sub on their cell phone. It's not going to go away, And Hillary Clinton, if we're talking classified information about Donald Trump, why doesn't that idiot McMaster come out and say, well, Hillary, got a free pass from the FBI, and we know everything's compromised, and we need to get everybody on board with this stuff, Comey, Lynch, and all this other stuff. And that's what Alex needs to look at, too. Why are we talking about what the president is discussing? Why are we not talking about where the true threat and harm to our security of our nation for over 20 years? When you go back and you take a look at the trail of death that the Clintons have left, it's enormous. And your estimate is conservative. I mean, you have to add in those people at Waco. Hillary was, Bill was actually meeting with the Chinese, the ones that had rolled over Tiananmen Square, in the White House the day of Waco's burning, which was the 19th of April in 1993. And they had a TV in a chair with CNN on, Blair, and Clinton purposely ignored it while the butchers from Tiananmen are in there meeting with him. And he's giving them everything that we have so that they are the threat that they are today.
Yep.
And you if you don't want to go out and educate the academia and clean that out, you're going to have to go take the courts first. So Drew is right on that. Alex is not looking at what the big picture is. He's chasing their narrative. I just saw Cernovich on Twitter, and he retweeted somebody else. And he said, Trump's just reacting. Well, he's got all these weenies there telling him he's got to react. He don't have to react. Just go ahead and do what you're doing and let this stuff go on, because they're going to keep talking. It don't matter what you say.
Well, I mean, let's be very clear. The Clintons are the reason China's ballistic missile technology is where it is.
The media is the reasons the Clintons got the pass. There was a guy down in Hope, Arkansas, that was accused of raping one of Clinton's cousins. And they found by DNA evidence that it wasn't so, but Clinton had the sheriff let two guys out, and they castrated this guy after they beat the hell out of him. And the sheriff kept his member and his testicles in a formaldehyde jar on the desk there. And the media never reported this, Curt. Well, it was reported in some media, but, at that point in time, you have to realize that if these people are not going to tell you what these people are really like, then they're propaganda, and they have to be dismantled.
Well, that's what I said.
With NBC and GE and Hughes Aerospace and Loral and everything that they did in this quarter, the reason why Ron Brown had a .45 caliber inside bevel hole in the top of his head, and this is the same reason that the Italian Navy thought that the plane had crashed in the Adriatic, so they could put a bunch of screw noise in the water, and the guy that punched out of that airplane before it plowed into the mountain, where they took the stolen beacon and put it on the other side of the mountain, and the plane crashed, and there was one Air Force stewardess that survived the crash. They broke her neck on the ground. Yeah, they're a bunch of nice people, Curt, real nice people, and they have folks that'll go to work for them because they like their payday.
Yeah, well, I mean that it's the challenging part is to digest.
Yeah, you have the military going right along with them. They train their people up, hand them over to the machine, and it's just absolute ridiculous activity that the United States people has no idea is going on. But at the same point, they got the leaders they deserve because they let the women split America, and we got abortion in our land, and God can't bless us with that blight.
Yeah. Well, that's on us. You know, I mean, that's. Hey, Kevin, as always, a pleasure talking to you, buddy. Let's go to.